All right. Well, folks, I've had so many requests. I want to thank you, first of all, for all the prayers that everyone has done for me over the generations. And it's been almost a year now or more since I've been able to really carve. And right now I can only carve really small things right now because of my hands. I just want to thank all the carvers out there and everyone that has prayed for me for the last year. I am about 50% back to where I am through therapy and exercise. Unfortunately, the operation to the neck did not improve me, but we later found out it was because the problem lied in the nerves of my hand here, in this area in here, where I've stretched the nerves of my hand over the years of working, and then the hand it's a nerve problem, and they chose not to go in, and had some very good doctors, but they felt that it was not wise to go in and try to fix the problem, because I could have not worked, or I could have been even more crippled, as we may probably say. So through therapy and exercise and things like that, certain hand exercises, I've been able to regain some composure in my hand. I am not at 100%, and I'm not going to be throwing a bunch of videos at you suddenly and stuff, but I can do some small carving. I can only carve about 10 minutes at a time, so it's going to take me a while to make this video. But I've had so many requests for the woodcutter video. It's a thing I made of the woodcutter, the miniature, that I'm just going to take my time, and I'll like do 10 minutes today and maybe 10 minutes in a couple of days. You won't know that because of what I'm particularly doing, but I can only carve for around 10 minutes at a time, and then I have to put it down, and my hand really begins to hurt and go numb. But I'm blessed for that. I thank God so much that He's even given me that amount of time. So, in a manner of speaking, we're going to, first of all, let me get my pencil before we start. I'm sorry, I should have had a pencil already. The little figures, I can do 2-inch and 3-inch figures right now, because it doesn't put that much pressure on my hands. As far as the larger figures, it is just, see, here's a little 3-inch figure of a little guy that holding a shotgun, a little hillbilly guy, and I'm doing these right now and posting them on my Facebook page. And but the woodcutter has been such a, by the way, here's my this is my I'm sorry, I got some stain on here. I cut out my little pattern. This is my normal pattern for a 2-inch or 3-inch figure, in other words, that I use. And as you can see, this is the 3-inch figure, and it is 1 inch thick. Excuse me, 1 inch thick. And this is the little pattern. As you put the little pattern on there, in other words, it's a little bit bigger, but actually this is for the 2-inch figure. The one for the 3-inch, the head is a little bit bigger and stuff, but I cut it down. Okay, so it's the same miniature figure that I have used for so long, and like I said, I appreciate everyone's prayers, and we're going to get into the figure and how to carve it, and I'm going to take you all the way through the process of carving it, cutting out the stand that it goes on, putting the little the little wood carver has chopped wood that he has out of branches and stuff. I'm going to take you all the way through it. It's going to take a while. It may take me a week or 2 or 3 weeks to get this done, but you'll see it in sequences, as we possibly say, as we do it. So we have our little 3-inch figure here, and first of all I'm going to separate the head. Now, on what I'm doing on the 2 and 3-inch figures now, instead of worrying about the eyes, I'm just putting the hat over the eyes, as we commonly say, and we're just basically. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit confused myself right here. Okay, now. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to start rounding off the head a little bit. I'm going to start with that just a little bit. See, I don't have to take as big a cuts as I work with the piece now, or put as much pressure on my hand. The other day we had a carving seminar and I got crazy and I carved for almost 30 minutes without stopping, and the next morning I couldn't even open my hand. So your body will tell you that. I'm just starting to basically get this, taking some off in this area, getting the head sort of rounded off, as we might say, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I haven't lost as far as the ability to carve. I've just lost the ability to carve for a long time. You don't lose the ability to carve necessarily. I just can't do it for a long time. And see, with this small stuff, I don't have to put so much pressure on my as in larger figures do. I haven't done camera work in a while, so I hope that my camera is where you can see everything. Okay, now that I've got the head rounded off a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and put where I want my, I come about this far where my nose will come up and stuff, and then I bring the hat and I actually bring it down like this and across like this. Okay? I just sort of draw it on there, and then I come up underneath here and I make my cuts. I come here, and you might say, well, there's nothing wrong with this hand. Well, there's nothing wrong as long as I don't carve a long time. Then it becomes something wrong. And I think it's the pressure that I have to put, because the nerve, you can't see when my hand begins to go numb on me, and when it begins to tell me that, hey, you've carved too long. Now, I outlined where the hat's going to be. It's going to fit back up underneath his nose. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I'm going to start bringing both sides to a nose point. And I think we're, you see what, okay. I'm going to have to continue with this video. It's about 10 minutes, and I'll have to continue with it longer. Okay, I'm going to come back with this, and we're going to begin again.